Moving on to habit number 3, and that is the comparison trap. This is living beyond your means to keep up with others. This is where you spend all the money you earn, or sometimes even more than you earn, because you want to maintain a certain image or a certain lifestyle to the public. Essentially, you spend money to impress, not to progress. The basis of your spending is to match other people's lifestyle. Sometimes it is because of social media, whereby you scroll online to check what celebrities have bought, their new car, their new outfits, and try to match up to that, unaware of what their income situation is. What you feed yourself mentally impacts how you respond to different situations. Most of us take time to show more concern when it comes to our health diet, but forget about our mental diet. We avoid junk food, check on our body weight, and regularly read food nutrition labels, doing all this and forget about our mental well-being. When it comes to our mental diet, we consume anything and everything without thinking twice. What you feed yourself mentally shapes how you think, including your financial life. So just like you watch what you eat, start watching what you allow into your mind, because what you feed your mind eventually reflects in your habits, in your finances, and ultimately in your life. Focus on your own financial journey and not a social media show. This will give you a level of satisfaction and peace of mind. Speaking of peace of mind, there are things in life that we do for the sake of peace of mind. Having an emergency fund is one of them, which takes me to the next habit, which is having zero emergency fund. An emergency fund is meant to cushion you during serious life shock, moments when your income suddenly stops or disappears or become unpredictable. These are situations such as losing your job, facing a major medical expense, or any crisis where there is no clear timeline for when money will start coming in again. Even when income stops, bills still don't wait. That's exactly why an emergency fund exists, to keep you financially stable when your financial foundation is shaken. When it comes to emergency fund, the amount you save depends on the level of protection you want to have. So if you want to have a short-term protection, you are going to take total of your living cost for 1 month and multiply by 3, that is 3 months. For a medium term protection, you're going to take your total living cost multiplied by 6, that is 6 months. And for a long-term protection, you're going to take total of your living expenses multiplied by 9 or 12 months. So if you have unpredictable income or unstable employment situation, you may want to go for option C, and that is saving 9 months or 12 months worth of your living cost. To learn more about emergency fund, I have a video in my channel that talks about what emergency fund is, why you need your emergency fund more than anything else, where to keep your emergency fund, how much you should have saved, and common mistakes to avoid when having this type of fund, and also where to start in order to build your emergency fund. If you want to watch it, I'm going to put a link down in the description below so that you can find it. Habit number 5, focusing solely on savings. Savings is the foundation to start investing. If improving your financial position is what you want to achieve, then saving is not where you stop, but where you start. There are so many avenues to invest, whether it is starting a business, investing in stock market, real estate, or other investment avenues. The idea is to break the bad money habit of thinking that savings alone is going to massively build you wealth. It's quite hard to save your way to wealth, and that is not to say that investing is easy. In your journey to investment, let's say you decide to open a business. There is uncertainty of whether it will work, how long it will take before you start seeing the returns on your investment, or even sometimes it could fail. The beauty of investing, however, is that you will learn along the way, you will adjust, you will do better, and eventually you will stand a chance to create another source of income, because it's easier to build wealth on multiple sources of income. And sometimes, at least this is true from my own experience, is that in your season of failing, you might figure out just another investment avenue that will work for you, courtesy of going through the failure. Moving on to habit number 6, and that is paying too much taxes. While everyone is obligated to pay taxes in some way, most people end up paying more taxes because of lack of understanding of tax law and available deductions or credits that, when applied, can significantly and legally reduce your tax liability. Legally is the key word here. Every shilling overpaid is a shilling that could be invested or saved, impacting on long-term financial growth of an individual or a business. If you want to get one step ahead, one of the best ways to reduce your tax expense is to understand the tax law. Hire a professional or a tax advisor to help you navigate and understand the available deduction, credits, and tax relief in a way that stack up in your favor. Be on the lookout every time there is a release of a new finance bill to know how the new tax law affects you as an individual and your business, and most importantly, how you could possibly legally minimize your tax liability. In Kenya, for instance, interest income on money market fund and fixed deposits are subject to 15% withholding tax, meaning you only get 85% of the interest earned, and the tax is automatically deducted before you receive your earnings. Let me also mention that there are some investments that are tax exempt. For example, interest earned on qualifying green bonds is tax exempt in Kenya. This initiative was to make green bonds more attractive compared to conventional investment, so as to encourage funding for climate-friendly projects. Just recently, Safaricom had launched 15 billion as green bond with a tax-free interest rate of 10.4%. I'm saying this to say that there are several factors to consider before making an investment decision. I just want to say that tax implication is one of those. Having this kind of information helps you to make informed and sound decision on what to invest in, depending on whether you want a long-term or a short-term investment. Moving on to habit number 7, which is procrastinating financial action. Save some amount before you start spending. Never let the mental thinking of "I will save when I get rich" catch up with you. The principles of money remain the same regardless of how much you earn. One of the most powerful psychological principles of money is that money responds to habits, not income level. If you don't save or invest when you earn little, earning more won't automatically or magically fix that. As your income increases, many people upgrade everything, starting from the houses they live, the kind of car they drive, and other lifestyle expenditure. Do all that except upgrading their savings. If you can manage little money well, you will manage a lot of money better. Do not keep saying "I'll start next week," which returns to "I'll start next month." Then before you know it, your brain automatically classifies it as one of your next year new resolution every time, and the cycle continues like that. Saying "I will save when I earn more" is a bedtime story we tell ourselves to justify our failure for not prioritizing savings and investment. Start today. Small steps compound. Time is your biggest asset. Moving on to habit number 8, subscribing to unused services. These are subscriptions. Subscriptions are recurring monthly expenses or services meant to make your life easier or more comfortable, such as internet subscription, gym membership, Netflix subscription, Showmax subscription, and other types of entertainment subscription. While these services add conveniences to our life, they add value when they are actually used. The problem isn't paying for it. The problem arises when you continue paying for your subscription you barely use. For example, if you know the coming month the workload in the office or your business is going to be a lot, and you know you will not find time to watch Netflix, simply skip your subscription for that particular month. Subscribing to unused services for things that you rarely use silently drain your income month after month without you noticing. You may look back and realize that several months passed without you stepping into the gym because you had traveled for work or other life commitments. Sometimes you fail to watch a single show on Netflix or Showmax because of your demanding work schedule for that particular month, yet payment still went through. You might pay for all these subscriptions only to realize that certain months passed without you using them, yet you paid. Train yourself to audit your monthly subscription every 3 months and cancel the ones that no longer serves you. Moving on to habit number 9, staying ignorant of financial education. Financial literate people are better equipped to make informed decisions about their saving, their investment, their borrowings, and generally managing their money. When you avoid financial education, you leave yourself exposed. A lack of financial understanding and awareness often leads people to poor decisions and makes it easier for others to take advantage of them. Common consequences of this could be falling for the get-rich quick lies such as pyramid schemes and making costly borrowing or investment mistakes. In order to improve your financial literacy level, train yourself to commit to continuous learning, make financial education part of your lifestyle, use free online resources such as trustworthy content focused on personal finance, enroll on short courses and read books on financial management. Just try the very best to be financially literate enough to protect yourself and make smarter investment choices and grow your money with confidence. If you found this video useful, give it a like by clicking the thumbs up icon down below, and I will see you next week.